everyone. So today we're going to make some banana bread. This is called Nana's banana bread. And what we do is we start out at heating up the oven 350 degrees. Then we get all of our things together. I've got a cube of butter. So that is 1/2 cup of butter. And this is or margarine. You take your choice. Put that into your bowl. Then you're going to get 1 cup of sugar, white sugar. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and cream the sugar and the butter together. And if you don't know how to cream it together, what you do is you want to have soft butter. So let it sit for a little bit till it's soft, or you can put it in the microwave for a few seconds. Depends upon your microwave. Like 10 seconds, then keep checking it every 2 seconds if it's not soft enough. You don't want it to melt, you just want it to be soft so that you can take a fork and just push the tines of the fork into your butter, which is then cutting your butter up. Oh, there we go. I forgot to turn on the microphone. And then you push it through like this, and just keep doing that. It's kind of like cutting butter into something, but not exactly, because what you're doing is you're just softening that butter up some more. You just keep going and going until you get all the sugar mixed in really, really good to the butter. You want it to be all combined. I should have softened that butter a little bit more. It's still kind of harder than I like. But it's kind of colder in here today, so it's an odd, chilly day. I don't know. Inside the house, at least. I haven't gone out. Although I do like to. It is morning, and I do like to sleep cooler, so that might be why. Might be hot outside. I don't know. I haven't gone out there yet because it's still earlier and I'm working on my breakfast stuff. Okay. So we just keep working on this. And then it's still not there yet. You can still see it's kind of not fully incorporated. So you just keep working on that. Just keep pushing the fork in and to the butter like this, and like kind of like pulling it across until you get it to a point where you can mix it better. And you can do it like this too, sideways. It's getting close now. Not quite. You sure do build up arm muscles when you're doing things like this by hand, because it gets stiffer as you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now that it's pretty well incorporated and put in my vanilla. So I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, which I should have grabbed another teaspoon for that, because this is a liquid. So there's my teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I needed to put in the teaspoon of vanilla, which I've done. I'm going to mix that in until it's mixed in here really well. So you just keep mixing that up. And with my vanilla, it's brown. I know sometimes I've seen some clear. That would be kind of harder to tell when it's mixed. All right. Okay. Now I need to get out my eggs. I need 2 eggs. All right, so I've got my 2 eggs. Just go ahead and break those 2 eggs in here. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands up real quick. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix those eggs in really well. So, coming over to work on that. Probably should have added these one at a time, would have been easier. 2 is probably too much at a time. But we'll see. I can make it work, I think. Just going to try and mix that up there. It's always easier to mix eggs one at a time, but then 2, because it makes it sloppier, so it's kind of harder to work it in. So I don't know. I wasn't thinking very well there when I did that. So I would add these one at a time, mix after each. It would make the job quicker, easier on you. And this. Oh, my shoulder's tired. Do you ever feel that way when you're making cookies, that your shoulder gets tired? Or, you know, anything else where you're doing the same thing, cream and butter and sugar and eggs together? Okay, let's see here. Getting there. Like I said, would have been quicker and easier had I thought to put them in one at a time. But I didn't, so that was on me. All right, almost there. Ooh, tiny bit more to keep going. Okay, so now that it's mixed up and all with your eggs and your butter, then you're going to add 1.5 cups of flour to this. So 1.5 cups of flour. Let's get this. Kind of hard. Let's see if I can get that. Not quite. Almost. Okay, there we go. I think we got one now. Okay, 1 and 1/2 cups of flour, like that. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I didn't quite. There's a teeny bit missing. Okay, there we go. Didn't quite get enough the first time. Okay, then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So then what we need to do is we need to mix this together. Okay, so slowly mix this up so you don't send your flour everywhere, because you wouldn't want to do that. And then after we do that, we're going to add our banana, which is going to be a cup of smashed banana. You want ripe bananas for this. You do not want green bananas. Green bananas don't have as much flavor, and they're also too hard to mash. You also have not only a cup of banana, but a 1/2 cup of sour cream I put in here too. So let's go ahead and get this mixed together. and then we will work on our bananas. Generally, I find to make the 1 cup of banana, I use 2 bananas. So I've pulled the 2 bananas to the side already. And they could be riper than these if you want. These are what I have right now. Oops. You can tell they're ripe. They just pulled apart. All right, so just want to peel these bananas up here. I always take off the bottom end so you get that little piece out that nobody really cares for, or at least I don't. And let's put that there. Put that there for now. Same thing here, peel this banana. Put it in. I have to do it a little at a time. It's kind of filling my cup. So I'm going to grab a fork and I'm going to start smashing these bananas. So I like to just smash them right in the measuring cup. You could do it some other way. But personally, that way I don't have to dirty anything else, because dirtying things it's not my idea of fun. More wash. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. All right, so we just keep mashing these. I just take the fork and I smush it between. Mash, mash, mash between the tines. And I just keep working on it. And working on it. Until it's all mashed. Because you want a puree, basically, out of this. You can kind of stir it up if you need to get to the parts on the bottom that you haven't mashed yet. It's okay to have a little bit of lumps if you want some like banana pieces in there. That's okay. But you, for the most part, need it mashed to get that right consistency for your dough. Okay, so we'll go ahead and look here. I have, this time, got this much banana left right here. So, I don't know, 1/3 of a banana left. But I've got to that 1 cup right here. So we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. I think it's pretty well. I'll start just to double check. Pretty well mashed. Do you see how my bananas are all mashed up here? Okay. So that's a little bit, needs a little bit more mashing. We'll go ahead and scoop this in. And all right, I'll set that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and work on putting this in a little bit. Get this mixed in here, because we're going to mix this in before we mix in our sour cream. Sorry, I keep looking at the recipe in case you wonder what I'm looking at with it. All right. Okay. So now you can see what this looks like at this point. And now that I need to grab the sour cream, and I'm going to go ahead and scoop this out into my measuring cup. All right. So we need 1/2 cup of sour cream. Go ahead and shake that, tap it, and everything, and try to see if I've got it right. Spread it. I have a little bit too much, so I'm going to take out a tiny bit. Okay. That's more like it. Okay. Not quite. Still a little bit too much. All right. Okay, now I've got a 1/2 cup. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape my 1/2 cup in here. Sour cream is very thick, so it takes a lot of tapping to get the air bubbles out. I don't know of another way to make it work better. There might be, but I don't know it. Okay, so I can put my lid back on sour cream, set that over here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix this in now. Let me move this over here, out of the way. All right, so just like this, go ahead and mix this up. So it's all thoroughly mixed in. And then I'm going to do something else. I'm going to show you. You can put 1/2 cup of chopped nuts in these if you'd like to. I don't do that, but you can. You can also put in chocolate chips, which is what I'm going to do. You could put little chocolate chips and nuts in it if you want to. Personally, I'm just going to do the chocolate chips. All right. So go ahead and you just, I don't remember how much chocolate chips it takes. Probably a cup. Let's see. Because it doesn't say on the recipe. This is my own addition to it. Okay. It's a family recipe, so I haven't added it to the, but I should probably write on the recipe there. Yeah, it's not bad. That's pretty good. So a cup, or you could put more. It's up to you. How much chocolate chips you like. I'm one of those people who likes to put extra in my cookies. So, all right. Now I'm going to go ahead and get a scraper to scrape this into my loaf pan. I've pre-greased my loaf pan so that it's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and do one quick stir here at the bottom with this, I think, beforehand, just to be sure I've got everything hopefully mixed in. Okay. Just go ahead and dump it right in there. I pre-greased this. It's got to be a greased loaf pan. Okay. All right, and then what we're going to do is you got to put this into the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. And after 1 hour, I will show you what we have. So I'm going to just spread this out here to make it nicer. I'm going to go ahead and open my oven and put it right on. Center rack, 1 hour. All right, I'll come back to you in an hour. See you then. All right, so what I already worked on was I did this. I took my knife and I ran it around the edge of my pan. Just make sure I've loosened this all the way up, all the way around the edge, okay? And like I said earlier, it says 1 hour, but you have to just check it. If it jiggles, it's not done. If it doesn't, then you want to go ahead and take your toothpick, put it in the center, pull it out. If it's done, it won't have, a gooiness on it. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this out of here. There we go. Oops, I should have waited a little longer. That's okay. No big deal. I'll eat it. I'm going to cut this up. I just need to get my knife. I'm short, so, you know. Gotta get a stool. I put the knives up high. So you can just cut this up into like 1-inch pieces. I think it's still a little warm. I think I'm gonna let it cool. I like to eat it warm, but I think I'm gonna let it cool a little longer, maybe another 5 minutes. Okay. So here it is. This is my slice. Now I should have let it cool for 15 minutes. Then it would have worked fine. I was impatient because I wanted to eat it because it's good. But anyway, so I sliced it, and here it is. Here's the Nana's banana bread with chocolate chips. Like I said, it did cook in my oven, take 1 hour and 15 minutes, not the hour as the recipe states. So adjust accordingly based upon how long your oven takes. And thanks for watching me. Again. So until next time, I'll see you again real soon. Bye.